Welcome to my channel. It's the Creative One. I hope everybody in the world is doing good. Let's talk so I can give you this tea. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hello, I hope everybody is doing good today. So today's video is going to be about the closing of Job Corps. Job Corps is a program for young people aged 16 to 24. It's a program under the United States Department of Labor. It offers free education and vocational training. Job Corps was formed in 1964, which is 61 years ago. It's very unfortunate, that Job Corps is closing. It has helped so many people over the years. It helps, with housing, transportation, job placements. It helps people get their high school diploma. It's hands-on training. I know a couple people personally in my life who had went to Job Corps. I think this is just very, very sad, that all these damn government, programs are closing. The reason is that they're saying is that they don't have funding for it or, just simply don't want to fund it. But this is just really, really sad. It seems like they're trying to get rid of trades. A lot of young people, aren't going to college like that because college is too expensive and it's just cheaper and it's less time consuming to just get a trade while you can make just as much money. They're saying, that they want people to start joining the military more. They feel like that's, could be another option of why they're getting rid of Job Corps. But this whole situation is very sad. It is unfortunate. Like, it's just getting rough. It's been rough, but it's just getting a lot harder and harder. Down there, everything is getting cut. They're getting rid of Section 8. Food stamps, welfare, which that's a little bit different than Job Corps. But my whole point is just still, a government program, government assistance. But Job Corps, this is really sad that this is closing because this actually helps people get jobs, people who do want a better opportunity and people who do want to make something out of themselves. It's just one less opportunity. It's sad. I feel sorry for our future generations, But, man, people, like, if you have a job, please hold on to it. I know having a job is not really much, but at least it pays the bills. Shit is something. But, this is just very sad. Job Corps, it really helps a lot of people. This is going to be a lot of people who aren't going to have any housing. This is going to be less people with a job. And it's just going to be bad all the way around. But, they're saying that Job Corps is supposed to be, closing all over the U.S. I believe as of June 30th, 2025, which is this month, that all Job Corps centers are, planning to close. It's just very unfortunate. There's something behind this. They're doing this for a reason. I do believe that they do want people to, spend money on college and be in debt and have to pay these loans forever. And they do want a lot more people, to join the military and stuff like that. But, the government, they just, I don't know, they don't really give a shit about nothing but theirself. This always happens, when the richer gets richer, the poorer gets poorer. That's just how it is. So, right now, billionaires, in 2025 are as rich as that they've ever been. It's just really sad. It just kind of seems like, there's no middle class like that. Well, there's starting not to be a middle class. It seems like you're either like rich or poor. Like, it's really hard to be in between. That seems like that's starting to be what it's coming to, and that's very, very sad. I mean, there's people, who go to colleges, can't get a job. I know people personally in my life who's working a full-time job, 2 jobs, and it's like you're still struggling. I mean, it's just really sad. It's ridiculous. So, but most people in the world, are not rich. There's a small percentage of the world, that's very, very wealthy like that. So that's not majority of people, especially in the United States. But it's just very unfortunate. If you are a parent, I am a parent myself. But if you are, just try to keep your kids on the right track, tell them that school is very important. Try to teach them things, try to teach them skills. Just try to do anything you can as a parent, because this shit is getting rough, you guys. It's getting real hard. Like, it's really kind of getting scary at this point. But, it's because of Trump, and all these laws, why they're cutting things. Republicans, they're not really for, programs and, government assistance and things like that. So they're kind of more, they lean towards more, the wealthy people. So, but I mean, this is not really a political video, but, programs and things, closed even when the Democratic Party, was still in office. So it's not just Republicans, it's not just Trump. I mean, government programs have been closing, even when Democrats was in office and even before Trump became president, this has been happening. So, now that Job Corps, is finna be gone, that's crazy. I never seen that coming. I disagree, with this decision. I think that is very unfortunate because, Job Corps, it does help people. I've seen it in my personal life. I've seen people, obtain a job and, were able to get a roof over their head as a stepping stone to put them in a better position in life. So Job Corps, it definitely had a positive impact. I've heard other people talk about it on social media and even, in person. And, a lot of people are saying they disagree with it. It's very unfortunate. But I don't know why the hell, they want to cut all this stuff off now. It's like, why do you guys give us these things and then all of a sudden you just want to take it away? So I don't understand that. It's like you guys have been having it all these years. So it's like, why stop it now? And then they want to get rid of important stuff, like housing and education. I mean, what's more important than that? That is important. So I definitely feel like, the Department of Labor should be funding Job Corps. But it's not up to us, it's all on the government, and what they want to do. So at the end of the day, we don't really have any say-so in that. All we can do is, be positive, stay on the right track and just try our best to stay afloat. Like this world is really starting to be a sink or swim, kind of thing. But, I would just say, if you could, if it's rough for you, if you could find a roommate or live with your family or, just anything, to just help you stay afloat. I could know it's hard doing it on your own, especially for people who are very young. So if you could roommate or if you have to stay with family a little bit extra longer, I mean, do that. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Try to live very, very below your means right now.
A sad scene. Friday afternoon, dozens lugged garbage bags full of their belongings, some into their parents' trunks and others, well, they didn't have anywhere to go.
The staff, they had us go to the wreck at about 1:30, and they broke the news to us, and they had us go to the dorms, pack our stuff.
The staff on site would not say a word to us, but sources tell us it was shut down after recent cuts at the Department of Labor, which oversees the program.
I didn't want him to be a statistic, so I wanted him to be focused and get his education.
16-year-old Carlton Davis lived here, and his mom recently lost their house, and there's more.
I have breast cancer surgery next week, so now I'm debating having my surgery canceled so I can make sure my son is okay.
I'm livid. I am livid. I am I cannot believe this.
Community activist Pastor Mo trying to help out here after getting calls from frantic mothers. He's worried about the short and long-term solutions for these kids.
The ones who are trying to get it right. This is why I'm so pissed off. These are not kids are in a youth home who got caught in a crime. These are kids who are trying to avoid getting caught in a crime.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.